Hello there and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So I've made a decision. I tried again to go airsofting with my son because he said he'd watched some YouTube and he fancied having a go again. And when we went, actually the battery had gone flat for his gun, so I'd not charged that up. And when we went to the targets to just try the guns before we had our first game, because he hadn't shot it for months, because he only went 3 times, and he got shot in the face and stuff like that before he got the helmet and things like that. And he said, "Look, Dad," I says, "I don't feel happy about it, so he wants to go home." So we did, and I says to his mum, my wife, I said, "Look, if he's not bothered about going again, I'll sell everything." So that's what this video is. I've wrote a list down of what, I'll show you what we've got and what I paid for it, and then tell you what I'm looking for. So to start off with, the first thing I bought was this CM16 combat machine made by a company called G&G. I paid £209 for that airsoft gun. I did buy the rails extra, which were about 15 quid. And the scope I bought, this ridiculous size scope you can see here, which was £45, which there's the iron sights just there for that gun. But the scope was really good because I could see people not taking their hits, sorry. Now this front ring unscrews off here, and I put 2 layers of perspex in there so that no one could accidentally shoot the glass out of your scope. So that's that gun. It'll come with 2 mags. I mean, everything you'll see on the video is what you get. So these are 2 steel wind-up mags. Obviously, when we first got these guns, they came with a plastic and rubber mag each, but I always used those 2, and my son, when he played, he used those 2. So we'll go on to this gun next. So this is the G&G Firehawk. It's been used 4 times. I mean, we played April this year, we started, and that one's been used 10 to 12 times, I'd say. That's how many games I've been to. Yeah, so that's the Firehawk. I paid £150 for that, or about £155. The price isn't on the box for that one, but it is on the box for the G&G combat machine, because I've got the boxes, original boxes. So that'll come with the 2 mags. Now the reason for these tags is when you went airsoft, you can see you only got 3 on there, look, and you had it checked for power rating. They used to put a little plastic ring on your gun to say that it's okay, it's safe. So what's next on the list? The grenade launcher. So we'll go back up here. So I've got the original box there for it, and the price on. I'm not hiding anything from you, I'm not fibbing to you. If you watch the channel, you should know that I'm an honest guy and trustworthy. Oh, while we're talking about honest and trustworthy, I want to tell you about things that have changed with different things. In the back of this gun, it was originally set up like my son's gun is. I'm just going to take you over here to this type of connector, which I found a bit fiddly. So when I went to the shop where I bought some of the other equipment from here, we got these Dean's connectors, I think that's right, Dean's connectors, and 3 batteries that come with that gun is for Dean's, because that's been changed to Dean's in there, and the 1 battery, because I only got 1 for my son's because it didn't come that much, is the standard. So right, okay, I told you about those ones. Right, back to the grenade launcher. So I bought this grenade launcher because I played a game at Phoenix Airsoft where we were in a building and there were 3 blokes in front of me, and I just started and all I got was my gun. And I thought, I can't shoot all 3 in one go, even if you put it on full auto. And just after this game had happened, they'd stopped the use of full auto in buildings because I'm guessing there were some crybabies. So I bought this and I thought that'll be great, I'll buy that, and then when it happens again, 1 shot, I'll take everybody out. I bought this gun, you can see I paid there, and with the 2 launchers as well, it was 125 quid. It comes with a belt clip, so you press this button on the top, and you can just see there that goes in, and then that slides off like that. Look, that has been thread locked on, because when it was on my belt I found that used to spin round and almost come off. So that's thread locked now, so that won't come off. Okay, yeah, so bought that with the idea that if I'm in buildings, I could just take everybody out, and they came out with a rule saying that's full auto, you can't use it. So basically I spent that money on that gun. I took it to 2-3 games. Obviously I loaded the moss cart shells up, and at the end of the day I fired them off because I weren't going to leave them pressurised with BBs in there. So I've never actually really used it in a proper game and fired it at anybody. So that's that. Right. I've wrote on here the AAP-01, but we'll go across. In fact, I'll do it in order, otherwise I'll get confused. So I've got the AAP-01 there, the khaki colour. It's got 2 mags. That's the mag, obviously that came with the gun. These are both original AAP mags. Now, when I just said to you, we went to the Airsoft site, Division 22, in Nottinghamshire, where we live, and this is the last time when we went, when my son's battery was flat and he didn't feel happy about it. I always got told to leave a bit of gas in the mags, and it helped with, you know, the seals and everything. So that's what I did with these. Obviously I went to re-gas, make sure they're fully gassed up, and put BBs in. This one gassed up okay, this one started to leak. So I went to the Airsoft shop owner who's at the site, and I said, oh, my mag's leaking, does it just need tightening up? And he said, oh, take the valve out, put some PTFE tape on it, on the threads, and put it back in. Well, obviously I did that, but I didn't know how weak it was, and when I come to put it back in, the top had just like sheared off, look. So I took the valve out, so I don't know whether you can get valves, but it's only been shot a handful of times. You can see there's no scratches on it, look. I've hardly used this stuff because I've just not gone. So anyway, so what did I pay for the AAP? That was about 80 something pounds. The extra mag was 15, of course, obviously, but now it's not working. I've accounted for this in the final asking price. It's also got the fancy belt holster, which, does it go on that way? That's it. And then you like put your thumb on there. It's easy to do when it's all clipped in. Which way around does it go? Come on, Simon. I'm trying to do this one-handed. I think it goes in like that's it. So when it's on your belt, you press that thumb release there, and it's easier when it's on your belt because you can just flick it out like that. But trust me, it's easier. So yeah, there's been no modifications to that at all. There's no fancy springs and rubbers and things put inside. It's standard. And of course that's one of those clips where they chronoed it. And these are adjustable. It comes with extra plastic plates, so you can adjust it to have it further off your hip. So the holster, I've put down 15, but I weren't sure whether it was 15 or 18. You can see here, look, the box for that one. The box is there for that one. So, right, okay. Dynatex grenade, the pineapple. Now, this looks really funny, okay? The reason for this is I borrowed this grenade, and the guy from the shop where I bought this from, it's an online shop, but I went to his house because I was passing to pick the pistol up, and that is UK Fob. And this is his grenade, well, it's mine now, and he said you can borrow it and try it, and he says just paint it, because I was concerned if somebody stole it, because it has happened at airsoft sites where people have stolen other people's grenades. Because of course you're throwing them, you're rolling them around a corner out of sight, and if it's dark room and stuff like that, somebody's going to pick it up. So I wrapped tape around it because I didn't want to paint it, because at that time I hadn't bought it. So I wrapped tape around it, and I thought if somebody picks it up, I'm going to go, oi, that's mine. You know, it's got all my tape around it. So it is a time grenade. Once I mean, the instructions I think are in there. Yeah, the instructions are in there. But basically, you push that pin, you unscrew this, get sure I've got it on camera, push that priming thing down, which pokes the needle back into there. The handle will flick up and down. You hold it down and then put this pin in there, look, like that. You can take the tape off, of course, when you bought all this gear. You put your primer. It does have primer's weight there in the garage. I always kept the primers and bangs in the garage. Oops, I've put, that's the 9mm one. That's the 209 shotgun primer one. And that's the pin. You see, because that one's got a little hollow in it. So you push that down into there to load it. So that's safe. When it's in that position, you can see that pin, that's safe. I paid £40 for that. I think they're about 80, something like that. You can see there I've got the original box for the AAP-01. So where are we now on the list? New goggles, right, okay. So just before we went to this last game, I bought some new goggles, some mesh goggles, the Viper ones. It says on the top of the box. Oh, they were £10. What did I write down? 14, but they were 10, okay? So prices there. See, I'm being honest with you. I'm showing what's on it. The slings, there's 2 slings. I've got a feeling they were £30. They're both adjustable, lots of adjustment on them. Very comfortable slings. The helmet, because I bought my son a helmet. I've put down on here that I paid about 20-25 because I can't remember. It was something like that, 20 or 25. Where am I now on my list? Gas, obviously we're 25, but that's irrelevant. There's a bit of gas in that one. That one's, I'd say, almost full. Obviously I only bought them for the pistol. Batteries, I've put down 50 quid, but I think they cost me a little bit more than that. It might have been 55, 60, because some were more expensive than the other. So what you've got here is a 7.4 for the Firehawk, 2 7.4s for the combat machine. One's a double, one's a... Oh, there's 2 doubles, which are the 7.4s. And the triple one is an 11.1, which I bought that, you know, last off because I wanted to... I was going to buy another gun, and I thought, well, that gun there's got a MOSFET in it, which means you can put a different battery in. And it made it fire faster, and that was fun. It also comes with a fireproof pouch thing for safety for these batteries. Okay. The charger is a balanced charger, and if I move that oil, you know, you can see I've hardly used anything. I've got it all in its original packaging, and there's all the different adapter wires down there for charging the different types of batteries that you use for your guns. So just fasten that up. Some oil. So we've got where we're to now: helmet, batteries, charger, gun oil. I've put a £5. You know, that's what I paid for it. That's not what you're going to be paying for it, because I'm doing a reduced price for everything because I want it all to go in one go. Obviously, there's my own goggles there. They're the ones that I used for like hygiene. For the face mask and the gloves, they're not going to be included in this. But when I say face mask, I mean around the mouth and that. But those are fine. They've never been hit. You can give them a wipe if you want. It's up to you. You have them or you chuck them. That's up to you. So, where are we now? BBs. So these are about 20 quid for both. You can see that one's lower and that one's up to the top. Now the reason for that is the magazines are full. That's why those are lower. Same as mine. Or what was mine. It's going to be yours if you buy it, whoever's watching this. So, where are we up to now? Speed loader, tenner. That's got 0.25s in, because that speed loader was for loading the magazines up for the AAP. And then that brings us on to the equipment here. So the carabiners, there's some here, there's some on here, and I think there's some inside. Inside there as well is I had to go at home making stuff. A big homemade sock full of, not a sock, it's a t-shirt. You make it with a pop bottle, so you can carry extra BBs, and it squeezes up, and it's quieter than a plastic bottle. So yeah, there's more BBs. They're .25s as well. My gun is hopped up for 2.5s, and my son's is for 2s. So that, yeah, back onto here. So I think I paid about, I don't know, a tenner for all these carabiners, which are on there, in the pockets in there, and these two here. This came as a set, apart from this set of pouches here, which holds 6 magazines, and it's got all these loops and things on it. Yeah, I went to the gun shop owners who does the website, the UK. Okay then, so I'm not sure what happened there. My memory card's saying that I've hardly got any memory in it, but it's about 125 gig memory, and it's only saying I can record for an hour. So I don't know what's happening there, because when I'm recording on the road, it'll normally keep recording. I just bloody don't understand this technology. Anyway, back to where I was. This setup here is like adjustable, because it's like Velcro and stuff, so you can Velcro that pouch, I think, and even those pouches onto the front of here, and this just, you know, that just Velcros off, look like that. I went to the gun shop owner's house, and he needed a new lock on his front door, so I put him a new lock in, cut some keys, blah blah blah. So basically I traded for the plate carrier, the chest rig, and the bag. We did a swap for swap. I did the job, he got me this, 75 quid. So see, told you I'm being honest with you. Now this extra pouch thing here that I bought for this were £10. And that's it. That's all my equipment. So I've worked it out, calculated it out, that everything on here cost me £983. Now I knew I'd spent over £1,000. Obviously you take into account all the BBs and stuff you bought for games you went to, and the games and the smoke grenades. It's basically like, you know, I've spent way over £1,000. Now there is 4 smoke grenades. Obviously there's some 209 primers for that thing, about half a packet of those, possibly more. And there's 9 flash bangs as well, which are all in the garage, so I didn't bring them in. I keep them in there in an ammo tin, so they're safe and out of the way. That's all included as well. So I've put down that this all sort of like cost me £983. That's not including the pyro that's in the garage, which is probably worth that 40 quid. And I'm asking, no offers at all, I'm asking £550. Like I say, it was bought this year. It's only seen a few games, but I'm rehoming it all. So if you're interested, obviously leave a comment below. It is collection from Forest Town, Mansfield, Nottinghamshire. There is no postage on any of this. It's a collecting one go job. Alright, well thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hi there, just to add something I forgot. The actual big gun case, obviously, of course, is included. That cost me 30 quid. And the other pistol case, I think, was about 15 to 18 pounds, something like that. Obviously, that's included. So that made the price a lot more than what it was what I've spent. So you can clearly see it's a good deal. I think it's a good deal. So, alright, thank you very much.